In gestational surrogacy, which is primarily what I do traditional surrogacy, like I mentioned, the artificial insemination. But the risk in traditional surrogacy is that the surrogate can, at the end, for 48 hours, change her mind and not go through with the entire process. But in gestational surrogacy, although it is much more expensive and you do have to do in vitro fertilization, the surrogate under no circumstances can keep the child, and as long as her egg is not used. In vitro, everybody knows, is at least $20,000–$25,000, and that is with all the medications that you have to do, because there really is a science to the whole process of getting a woman pregnant through in vitro. They have to take the eggs from here and the sperm from here and mix them in a petri dish and grow them in an incubator for 5 days and then put them inside of the uterus. The additional charges can be for such things as gender selection. They actually are able, first of all, it's not the primary reason they do it, but there are medical procedures where they can analyze the embryo before they even put the embryo into the uterus of a surrogate. And they can see if there's any chromosomal abnormalities or defects or problems. And in that case, it's going to be more expensive, probably another $5,000 or so to do that. And then, of course, on top of that, if you need an egg donor, that's an additional expense, which can be anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. So like I said, it's not an inexpensive process. But once again, it's a process where you are having control, as much control as you can over the outcome of your and your future and the child that you're going to be having in the future. And there are, you have to be prepared for these expenses because, when you're getting involved in something like this, you can't, cut costs. You really can't. And if there's somebody telling you that they're going to cut costs for you, then I would be skeptical of their experience and their expertise and their practice, because it is an expensive venture. But once again, once you make that investment, you have the control so that in your future, you'll have a child that will fit with your family and that perhaps and hopefully won't have issues that you might have, and you might not have, from a child that you would adopt.